And welcome to Hannity. And tonight we are back in the D.C. swamp, broadcasting live from inside the U.S. Capitol building, where in just a moment we're going to be joined by Senator Ted Cruz, Senator Tom Cotton, Senator Kennedy, Senator Britt, Senator Graham, Senator Scott, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, the Majority Leader himself, John Thune, for a very special Senate town hall. And we begin tonight with one word. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't: reconciliation. I'm going to spare you the boring, gritty details of what is a rather arcane, budgetary, but really, really important procedure. But just know that the senators here in this room can, in fact, pass certain spending and revenue bills with a simple 51-vote majority. No filibuster-proof supermajorities needed. Now, this could play a significant role in giving Tom Homan the tools that he would need to secure our border. That would mean new miles of border wall. That would mean expanded ICE capabilities, additional Border Patrol agents, the ability to expedite deportations on a large scale. You know, we have known terrorists, murderers, rapists, cartel members, and gang members in our country that need to be sent home. Now, this could also be used to make President Trump's tax cuts permanent. Otherwise, it's going to be a $4 trillion tax increase on you, the American people. He can also implement no tax on tips or overtime or Social Security, and even implement certain changes recommended by DOJ. That'll eliminate hundreds of billions in waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption inside of our federal government. And of course, reconciliation might ultimately play a role in President Trump's reciprocal tariff strategy. There is a little disagreement on that issue tonight. We'll get into it. Now, tonight, for the first time in decades, we do have a president that is willing and ready and able to stand up for American industry, for the working men and women that truly do make our country great and our interests around the globe. No amount of hysteria, no amount of fear-mongering is going to shake the president's resolve. As Caroline Leavitt very articulately mentioned today, President Trump does have a spine of steel. Take a look.
On the other hand, countries like China, who have chosen to retaliate and try to double down on their mistreatment of American workers, are making a mistake. President Trump has a spine of steel, and he will not break, and America will not break under his leadership. He is guided by a firm belief that America must be able to produce essential goods for our own people and export them to the rest of the world.
Now tonight, President Trump's strategy seems to be paying off. Around 70 countries are in talks with the White House to reduce or eliminate tariffs against American goods. So far, Israel, Vietnam, Zimbabwe, Taiwan, they have all vowed to end all tariffs against American-made goods. Meanwhile, the European Union, they have now offered to remove all industrial tariffs. Britain's Prime Minister publicly admitting that globalization is over, and now working with the White House on a bilateral free and fair trade deal. Also, Japan, South Korea, they are already sending a team to Washington, D.C., right here, to hammer out their own deal. American products are about to get even more competitive on the world stage. And while major multinational companies like Nissan and Honda and Apple, along with so many other countries and companies, they're now pledging, as of now, to invest already an estimated $7 trillion in manufacturing plants and other businesses and ventures right here in the U.S. Now, this is what it looks like when you do have a president who, number one, keeps his promises, is willing to fight. But of course, not everybody's happy, especially the communist Chinese. They're not happy. For decades, they have benefited from a massive trade imbalance with the U.S. They have been hostile to our friends and allies around the world. They have stolen untold hundreds of billions of dollars in intellectual property theft, and they are also the most guilty of currency manipulation, high tariffs on U.S. goods, and our partnership with China has been a one-way street. The president, he has sent a very clear, unambiguous message. This is going to end. We send them trillions of dollars. They send us a lot of junk, often made in sweatshops. And let's not forget about COVID-19, shall we? Now, their retaliatory tariffs, they are hollow in every way. China, like the rest of the world, and we need to all understand this, they desperately want and need access to American markets. They want your money. Most American goods have already been blocked in some way from getting into China. But the 104% tariff that Donald Trump will impose at midnight tonight, well, that could wreck China's already fragile economy. The president knows leverage, but will he get the backing? Will he get the support of the U.S. Senate? Will he get the 51 votes needed for reconciliation? It's obviously easier said than done, especially there are senators, I won't mention names, that kind of have contempt for President Trump. They want to be opposition voices, and they don't really understand how profound and deep this moment is. Anyway, we'll see over time what happens with some of these other senators. So the road ahead is not going to be easy, but so far, Senate leadership, they have done an amazing job. They have stuck together. They have navigated challenge after challenge. They got the president's cabinet through. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.